Hello.
Hello. Hi, Maria. Welcome, dear. Waiting for Liana and waiting for some other friends here in this space. I'm so glad that you are here with us, Anna.
Hello to you all. Happy to be here.
Let's wait a little bit. Let's wait. Do you hear me well?
Yes, yes.
Yes?
Okay.
Wonderful. Oh, Liana, I don't see you. I don't know why.
And the voice behind you.
You are
She's
hidden.
hiding behind the veil.
Yes.
You are behind the veil. Oh my God. It happened to me in, I don't know, last connections on Clubhouse. It happened that one of the persons are like hidden or is like hidden somewhere. So it seems that today it's you.
Yeah. I will just step out of the room and come back and see if it works better, okay?
Great. Thank you. Thank you. In the meantime, I make you a moderator, Ana Maria, and also I will make Liana when she comes. So welcome Loredana, welcome Doina, welcome Liana. Now I see you. Wonderful. Perfect. Wow, great. So slowly the people are coming. I will take a little bit of time when I will not speak to invite some other people as well in the room. Anyway, I say welcome to everybody who is here and also for those of you who come afterwards in the space, in this space of Contemplative Hearth of HarRa Center Global. This is a fresh space. This is the second time that we meet together in order to contemplate one of the free materials transmitted by Richard. Today will be a short video, 8 minutes video, which was so impactful by its message and also by the frequency through which Richard spoke and transmitted. And we are a triad. I like this triangle geometry, and I love that I am together with Liana and Ana Maria today. And I will pass it to you for your welcoming messages. In the meantime, I will invite more people. The mic is yours. Any of you who would like to continue.
Hello, everyone. Happy to be here and to have this continuing this series of contemplation together. And I send a warm welcome to everyone who is with us now, present, and to all the people who will listen to the replay later. As you know, we've opened this space, and Claudia was the creator and the founder and the anchor for this contemplative heart space to dive deeper into the free materials that Richard offered as a part of the Jinkies transmission. He generously offered this contemplation, this kind of elaboration on many aspects of the Jinkies transmission that flow through the free resources. And in our hub and in the HarRa translation team, we've first decided to offer them to the Romanian community, but then we realized that they deserve their space, their separate space in which we can actually find the treasures and the gems and put them in the cauldron of our contemplation and let them transform us deeper. So here we are doing this also for the global community after experiencing them in our Romanian community. And we're very happy to have you here and welcome everyone again. Ana Maria, if you would like to say a few words as well. Ana Maria is part of our team and she's a great contributor all of the materials.
Hello, everyone. Happy to be here with you. This is my first time in the English version, but I'm very happy to be at this second session. And I look forward to dive in this contemplation. I invite you to listen to the video meanwhile. And I invite you also to be a part of this transmission that is happening today and to free yourself of whatever comes through you. Thank you very much.
Thank you both. I would like to open or to continue to open the space by inviting here in the field the beautiful energy that we have today. We continue to have the energy of the solstice. We continue to have so much light that we bring here in the field, and I'm sure that the transmission will make us all feel, whether we are here or whether the people will come afterwards and will listen afterwards. So the transmission will help us to see the light directly through the veil. And also I would like to bring here in the field this energy of Ciocîrlan. I cannot translate it in English, but it's a beautiful day today. We are celebrating the spirit of these flowers, little yellow flowers, and also we are celebrating this legend that they bring to us. And the Romanians, actually, it's a very, very old, very ancient wisdom that this energy is bringing to us. This wisdom of connecting with the light of the sun, and also through this light to just expand our consciousness in the relationship with the time and with the space. So just get out of this linear relation with time and space and just expand the perception. And the spirit of these plants, it seems that they help us. In the subtle field, the representation is of some fairies, beautiful fairies, who dance in a circle. And the legend says that basically last night they appeared and they started to dance, and they continue to dance today under the light of the sun, in order to transmit to us to surrender in this relationship with time and space, and just let us be like danced by life. Also, legend says that those of us who manage to remember the dream of last night, maybe we will just receive a message regarding our lover. And this is so beautiful because there are women who believe that they can dream of their real lover. And there are habits saying that, and tradition, including these habits, that there are women who just go to a river and they used to just swim naked in the river in order to be purified and to be able to dream their pure love. And these are beautiful transmissions, and I'm sure that each of us really connect somehow with this pure message of love under the light of the sun, and supported by these spirits, dancing spirits of these beautiful women and these beautiful plants, flowers, yellow flowers. And today we celebrate also, the Orthodox religion, the birth of Saint John, Sfântul Ioan Botezătorul, the one who baptized Christ. So it's somehow an energy that transports us somehow. So somehow we will share afterwards how we feel, which is the representation of the veil for us. After we will share what we understood from the transmission of Richard from this short video, but very deep and a transporting one. This is how I would qualify it. So I wanted to open with this, not necessarily through an attunement, but I wanted to just connect you all with this floating frequency of today. I feel it. I do my best to let myself float and be connected with this high frequency, including these myths and legends and this event of Saint John energy and frequency. And yeah, I would love to start sharing this video behind the veil. Only one thing I would like to say about it, and afterwards I will pass it to Ana Maria and to Liana and to any of you who feel called to come and to share, whether you have listened to it. I will include the link of this short video. But what I want to share is that I listened to it again yesterday and this morning again, and I remembered when I listened to it for the first time, I was fascinated by how Richard transmitted. I mean, I feel that when he transmitted it, he was himself in like an epiphany state. He himself was like in a very high consciousness state. And I could feel while listening the 8 minutes and so, this floating energy and high frequency. And this is what I would like to add here or to bring here. Not necessarily the information right now, but this epiphany energy, this Siddhic energy of epiphany, which Richard brought to us in this video. So for the moment, this is what I would like to share with you, and for sure I will come later on and share more. So the field is free, is open, and I will pass the talking stick to any of you, Ana Maria, Liana, to just introduce some information, some messages from the video, and any of you who would like to come and share from your stories and from your perception regarding this video behind the veil, and maybe just expand it, just expand your understanding versus this message behind the veil. Thank you so much. I pass it on to you.
Thank you, Claudia. I was just contemplating this morning exactly what you shared about the Sunziene, and how nice it is that we have synchronized today's contemplation with this beautiful holy day we have here in Romania. And I will actually start by expanding the message of the video. It's a really, really beautiful transmission, and I hope you will connect with it maybe after we finish this session. When I first read the title, because first I've connected with the material while editing it. There was a person, a beautiful being in our team that actually chose this material for translation. And I've connected with it while refining that translation. And when I first read the title, Behind a Veil, the first thing that appeared in my mind was a woman behind a veil, a veiled woman. I didn't know what the material was about, but this is what I actually saw and imagined. And it's really funny how connecting this previous information, this initial impact that the title had on me, with today's holiday, which is also about the feminine presence and the mystery of the feminine presence. We have all these fairies that are called the Ciocîrlan also. They're actually starting to appear in the night. And during this night, the night that just passed, in our tradition, it says that actually the veil that's between the earth and the sky, it's opening, it's pulled apart, and actually the realities of the sky and the earth start to merge. And for me, it's like, you know, as Richard says in the video, like everything we see is a kind of a construct, a kind of a matrix, a kind of a binary code that's actually somehow masculine is the order that is brought into this this building of the reality we perceive. And behind the veil of what we see and what we perceive is actually the unknown, which for me is the feminine, like the big unknown. It's the universe of potential and the uncertainty and the mystery of the feminine, that void that creates actually everything. So for me, it's still on top of each other, like behind the veil, we actually find the true essence of the feminine, the true essence of the nature and of the reality is this beautiful, magical reality. And actually the holiday today is dedicated to the feminine somehow, and to the presence of the feminine that is not exactly clear or clearly perceived. We just have to start to open our senses to it and to become more receptive, to actually immerse ourselves in the medicine and the messages and the symbols and everything that is related to what's actually unseen. And this is how the contemplation expanded for me behind the veil now in this actually time, in this day. Behind the veil, there's the true essence of the feminine. And I'm still immersing myself in this beautiful frequency of the light of the feminine, because it's a solar holiday. And when Richard said, you know, as we reach the city states in our deep contemplation and embodiment of this matrix of nature and of reality that is translated through the gene keys, everything starts to shake and to shimmer, and we perceive the light behind the veil. And this is how I feel now, like we are very close to a really magical space in which we can connect and perceive what's not seen, but actually very alive and very nourishing. And it's a different kind of light, the true light, the living light, something that also informs our current reality by means of vibrations and frequencies. So this is my contemplation for today, and thank you for bringing the beautiful symbol of this holiday for us here, Claudia.
Thank you, Liana. Wonderful. Well, I will take one of the words that you used, is the unseen. And for me, this video opened the higher potential of the human being, because we've seen a lot, and we've seen what can work, and we've seen the things that doesn't work for us anymore. And for me, contemplating this transmission of Richard meant to open this mind and to find new ways of expressing the 64 ways, the 64 gifts and cities, because everything is energy and everything is love. And our ancestors gave a meaning. I also thought about the 43rd Jinkies, the Epiphany Jinki, and the perception of the reality. I think it's time to let go, to come in another stage, and to be another type of actors. It's time to choose another frequency, another meaning of the energy. So for me, this transmission of Richard, as he says, it's about opening the mental plane and imagining how it would be like living in a world of gifts and cities. But not only imagining, also manifesting it. You can choose your role and you can act on it. You cannot be Robin Hood. Imagine to be Robin Hood, but not play Robin Hood. Now it's the time of freedom. It's the time that we can choose what we want to play. We have so much knowledge and so many people that are inspiring us with their being. And behind the veil for me is the freedom to be, the freedom to choose, to discriminate what your heart really wants. When I read the 43rd Jinki, the Epiphany, the CD, I think for more than 2 years I was very like, what do you mean, Richard? Richard says something like Buddha found in the end that he was a man just searching for whom he really was. So if you're searching to be in the gift, and if you're searching to be in the city, you just have to start being. And every day manifest from the gift, from the Siddhic state. And just let go of whatever doesn't nurture you anymore. Behind the veil is freedom of being. And yes, we need perseverance, and we need determination, and we need to love ourselves. But in the end, as Richard says, and many other people wrote, this is a happy ending story. everything that we see, it's just an perception algorithm in our brain. We can change that. Sometimes someone looks at the tree and sees just a tree. Sometimes someone sees the tree as life. It's up to you how you write your story, your storyline. The veil, for me, is your ideal of life. It's your storyline. And you're free to write your own storyline. If you are inspired by the gifts or the Siddhic state, as I said, just manifest it. Once a week, then once a day, then once every hour. Just go on the path. There's nothing that can stop you. Nothing. We are free. There is a veil of our own perception. And that's it. So you can live a wonderful life, or you can live as, I love this quote by Rahuru, as furniture. So for me, this video reminded me that everything that I see with my conditioning, with how I look upon myself and upon the world. And as I have this 43rd Jinki, and I love it, my life has changed. So I am I'm speaking my truth. And from the world that I used to see, today I see only a wonderful world. I see the beauty in people. And this is the thing that I've chose to see. I've chose to look at each person and ask myself, this person, how is this person inspiring me today? Because, we have all shadows, gifts, and cities. If you want to stay in the gifts and cities, just look at the world through the gifts and cities. Thank you very much. If there is something else that comes, I will speak at that moment.
Thank you so much, both. It was so beautiful. Oh, so beautiful and so free. I could feel the flow, really just let it to flow. And it has been a self-expression full of grace. And I love this space because and these spaces here in Clubhouse and in other places, but as we are in this platform, they just invite us to, like you said, Anna Maria, to be free and to manifest the freedom. And I love that we don't have to prepare so much and invest so much, so many resources to prepare so much, because we are already prepared. And I will continue while waiting for any of you who feel inspired to come and to share from the video, from what you have understood, from your lives, or simply from how you perceive the title. the message of the title of this video from Richard. I will just continue your shares with I found it the quintessential idea of this transmission in this video. Everything you see is a representation of your inner core. And when I listened to this, I realized that we have the veil inside and layers of the veil, because we need to really deconstruct the fears in order to touch our core. Once we are there, then the veil is gone. So all these fears, all these ancient habits, all these patterns are part of this veil. And I also remember the beginning of the message from Richard, and I loved how he explained it. What is an insight, what is a breakthrough, and what is an epiphany. And I will bring it here as I remember. He said, an insight is an opening of the mind. It's a satori of the mental plane. Because we are really stuck in our mind so much we don't realize, because we still don't have this courage to go behind the veil of the mind. So we need this insight first, just to open our mind and to get closer, actually. Closer to the core of our mind. And then a breakthrough may come that is an emotional rush, he said. It's a heart-opening experience of the emotional Buddhic plane, these times of the next layer. So we become more courageous, more brave inside to get closer to our core in order to allow all our emotions to be free, to break free, and to bring them in this self-expression in our day-by-day life, not repressing them anymore. And then the epiphany, Richard says, is an acausal event that happens out of time and space. So exactly the energy of these days in Siena that invite us, the spirit of these plants, of these flowers, to go outside of time and space, beyond time and space. So what a synchronicity to talk about this epiphany of Richard transmitting to us what is an epiphany for us, especially today in this energy. So he says that this is an event triggered by grace. And in order to be able to live it and to live it fully, we need to really feel and manifest this deep patience, together with the love that we are and all other qualities. So I also speak from my DNA as well. Like you, Anna Maria, I have the Jinki 43, but I have it deep inside because it's my unconscious Mercury. So I realized with this video deeper that I could live an epiphany in the moments when I do not speak. Because the unconscious Mercury is the non-verbal communication, mostly. Is the communication through silence, is how we listen, how I listen. So while listening, I might leave a moment of this kind of experience. So, so precious, these pearls, so precious. We are all, I believe, in this inner journey towards our inner core. And until we touch fully our pure essence, we just see representations of it, and we project these representations outside. And this is what I understand, that it's this theater that we are seeing in our epigenetics. It's like they are our inner representations. And we need them. We need them. We also have to be honest with ourselves, as this process needs time, needs patience, like we said. So these veils disappear step by step, not all of them suddenly. So in the meantime, until they disappear, until they vanish inside, and we are able to touch our core and embrace it and love it and merge with it and recognize it fully, we are invited through this video to just enjoy the outer theater and to play those roles. So to play them fully, and also to enjoy when we switch the roles. And I may have shared this in some other spaces. I live this in my outer life. I'm a mother with 3 children, and all the 3 children now, they just left home. The 3rd child is preparing to do it. So I'm not so much as a pure mother as I used to be. I switch the role. I mean, I do not do it. Life does it for me. This theater does it for me. I have recently had the visit of my 3 children in my house, and I was ecstatic, and also I was in an agony at the same time, because I really realized that they don't treat me anymore like a pure mother. They treat me like a friend. They treat me like a guy. They treat me like, I don't know, a fellow, but not anymore as much as the mother as I used to be when they were children and when they were young, you know. So it's a switching of the roles, and it is so important, really, how conscious we are seeing this theater and how free we are just playing our roles. And it's not always easy, but it's full of grace. It's a wonderful process. So this is what I wanted to share. Thank you so much for listening, and I invite you to just express your essence as free as you can in this space, any of you. I would be so happy to listen to your self-expression. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Claudia. When you talked about grace, I just thought about graciousness, the gift, and in Romanian is bunăvoință. So I just connected with bunăvoință. And I think we need to have the graciousness to transmute all these patterns. And day by day, week by week, with patience, the grace of our own graciousness will appear, and the new you will have a new way of being, a natural way of being. Your mind won't think of a solution of how I should behave right now. It will just be. It would be a natural way to be. And I think we have to sink in these other two jinkies, the 22nd and the 47 jinki. And the 10, as I spoke even about the 10, and be the embodiment of these gifts and bring this energy of graciousness within us, with us. And nothing can stop you to manifest the gifts of the city. Who will be upset if you are, I don't know, if you are in the gift of diplomacy, if you are in the gift of guidance, if you are in the gift of discrimination? Who can stop you in embodying that energy? No one. And everyone around you would be such in a wonderful, loving energy, and their minds will be opened by your being because they will see something new, something unseen yet. Thank you.
Thank you, Anna Maria and Claudia. Yes, the flow is so beautiful. I extend the invitation as well. Any one of you who would like to join us in this contemplation, no matter if you've managed to connect with the original material or not. Maybe you just feel inspired by what is already shared, or maybe you would like to just include us in your experience of the reality which hides behind a veil, or the reality that you perceive, or the dream reality. Because for me, I just remember what Claudia said at the beginning about that dream, the dream that has a certain significance. And I remembered about something that Richard elaborated in the Dream Arc introduction, this beautiful new program that Ian Rosie recently launched. And he talked about the cellular membrane. And for me, that's a type of a veil. He was explaining how the new cutting edge biology actually discovered that the cellular membrane, which is also like a veil, like a thin sheet that is around every cell. As Claudia said, like the veil that's inside of us is actually more important than the DNA itself, because the cellular membrane is an intelligence interface that lies between the genes that we have and the environment. And through this membrane, the DNA can be influenced. So it's related to this field of epigenetics, which actually says that the quality of the frequency that touches our DNA will influence the expression of our DNA. And these frequencies are actually received through this interface, through this veil of the cellular membrane. And the more we give ourselves the gift of higher frequencies, the more our DNA can be placed in a different type of expression, and maybe even transformed in a state of a heightened consciousness that is actually lying dormant in the cords of our DNA. So this is like the inner veil, the veil that lies in the core of each of our cells. And it's a very, very subtle and seemingly unimportant part of us, but actually it holds the secret of our transformation and evolution. This beautiful membrane, this beautiful physical veil that we currently hold. And when Amana Maria was saying about, who would we be if we would actually act the role of our gifts? Like, who would I be in the gift of diplomacy, or who would I be in the gift of graciousness? I just had the image of the theater curtain. Like, we have the stage one and scene one in which we actually play our role in a certain way, and then the curtain falls, and behind the curtain the actors are more of their authentic selves, and behind the curtain it might be the space where we can actually remember more of our authenticity, and maybe choose to not change the role but play it on a higher octave. And I think behind the curtain is also the place where we can each meet essence to essence. This is, a phrase that I first heard in one of Claudia's transmissions. How would it be if we actually connect essence to essence? And for me, that's behind the curtain. And also when we give ourselves that time and space to really connect with our authenticity, we can actually change the frequency of the role we're playing. We're playing it anyway. Like this is our, I don't know, maybe contract, maybe the way we've chosen to be in this experience. But we have now, I think we have a chance to free ourselves of the way we play this role, and maybe we can choose to play it differently, to play it in a higher frequency once we realize who we are as an authentic being. So welcome, Arenka. This is what I wanted to share and what I was inspired to share by today's field. And Marenka, I give you the mic. I'm very curious to find out what you have to share also.
Hi, good morning, good afternoon. I have not listened to the clip, but I just have been really feeling into the title and the shares. And the first thing that came to mind when I saw the title, Behind the Veil, Rumi's quote came to mind. Behind right and wrong, there is a field. I'll meet you there. And for me, that field, it's the moment where I am one with my essence. It's inside myself. It's a little process that I kind of named it. It's a faith ball. It's the moment where my mind has a grip on me, let's say, in a shadow state, and I make a choice to take a dive inside my heart for just a breath. If I could say, okay, I hear you, I see you, I know what this is. I understand the predicament of my human mind and my conditioning. But for a breath, I'm going to take a dive deep into my heart. And as I sit there, for as long as I can hold it and create a space with my breath, and out of nowhere, grace swallows me. That's what it feels like. It feels like a swallowing. And in that moment of swallowing, there is an experience that it's unprecedented, and it's one of the qualities of the cities, revealing themselves in the moment. And to me, it's from that place, in that surrender, that something new is revealed to me. And it's a call of the moment. It's a revelation, but it's also an invitation. It's inviting me to be in a new way that I have not been able to conceive before. My mind wants safety and predictability and kind of repeating old patterns and kind of stuck in roles. But yet when I'm in this space, free space, it's a free falling, it feels like I've never done it, but it's on my list to do, a skydive. When for a moment there, you're just in pure potentiality. In my inner spirit, it's inviting me to do something differently in a whole new way. That to me is leaving behind the veil, not with preconceived ideas of how I should be. And even at the gift level or the city level, my human mind cannot comprehend the essence and the gift that is revealed when I'm in that free falling space. It feels to me like, for example, when I work with one of the gene keys, the essence of the gift gives me different nuances every single time when I allow myself to be in that space. So, for me, truly being and focusing on, it's not really even focusing. Behind the veil, it's when I put the focus of my awareness away from my mind, but into that vast space in my heart. To me, there it's like a zero gravity kind of space. Nothing pulls me down, nothing pulls me up, nothing pulls me towards the past or the future. I'm just in this very delicious, bottomless present moment. And it just kind of reveals itself in the moment with whatever I'm called to be next. I think that's all I have to share for right now. Thank you.
Thank you for your sharing. Wonderful way of expressing oneself in the immensity and freedom of life, in the surrendering of being. And I love how 3 words can give so much richness, so much expression of being, and so many points of view of the same essence. Thank you very much for sharing.
Yes, Marinka, it was beautiful. It was like a poem. As if you wrote a poem. You were writing a poem while you were speaking. And as Ana Maria said, The words are so powerful because sometimes in frequencies like these and floating so or flowing so freely, one can see images of birds flying or anything that may appear. And I liked a lot how you just let yourself be expressing so free without seeing the video, but just expressing how you catch it from the subtle plane. And I love it. I love how you did it. And while you were speaking, I just somehow felt connected to that second stage of the art of contemplation, the pivoting. So when we actually do these quantum leaps, these inner quantum leaps that are so precious, and when actually this deconditioning happens, like Richard says in his video, when we start to decondition, then we just start to see the light that comes through the veil. And then what happens is that we just let ourselves merge with that light. So we just become that light. And I felt that while you were speaking. Actually, what we are all doing, I believe, is that just learning exactly what Richard expresses through these key words, allowing, accepting, and embracing. It's like always we are living this. The more we accept our dharma, our design, the way we really are designed to live in this life, in this space, then we just accept everything from this theater, and then we just embrace the roles, and that's it. We are free. So what I would also continue, because you see our shares are like a continuation. We could like write a poem or a story or a novel with all the shares of a group, and then with the shares of another group, and so on. So what I would continue with is with this idea brought by Richard in the video regarding the Siddhic frequencies, because he says that whenever we just reach these Siddhic frequencies, we just have this glimpse of the great joke, and we just did a leap. So how do we cultivate the relationship with these Siddhic frequencies? How do we invite them more and more in our life, and how do we integrate them in our day by day? How do we do that? Sometimes I do it consciously. Sometimes I realize after I did it. I did it unconsciously. I was just following a call, and I just went there in that place, in nature, or meeting somebody, and I realized after that actually really I met some Siddhic frequencies. This is such a beautiful process, because we are all in this beautiful cycle until 2027, it seems, and afterwards I'm sure that it will continue. But in this cycle of containing more and more in our bodies these Siddhic frequencies. And it's a dance. I see it as a dance, maybe because I'm a 2/4 and I have this archetype of the dancer very alive, but I feel it inside. It's a dance inside with these Siddhic frequencies. And sometimes the rhythm is more intense, more alert. Sometimes it's very slow, very, very slow and subtle. And I think that we are dancing with the veil and between the layers of the veils continuously. And yes, maybe the secret is in how we open up to feel, to just feel this dance and this rhythm of the dance, and to feel even the texture of the veil. Sometimes the veil is more refined, sometimes it's not so refined, it's like a wall maybe. But the secret is how we just open up to feel its texture and to dance with it in this continuously deconditioning. Yes, so thank you so much, Marga. It was so beautiful, and yes, I was floating while listening to you. So let's see in the meantime if Liana is back. Maybe she is, but I don't see her because I saw that she was disconnected for a while. I cannot see you, Liana, anymore.
Here.
So
Can you hear
you
me?
are there, so you are. So the veil is playing with us.
Yes.
I love it. I love it.
I stepped out just for a second because I couldn't hear you speaking. So I keep. Yes, it's great.
Oh, this is so beautiful. Yeah. So yeah, I will pass it to any of you who would like to come here. And I will tell you in this space also, in some other spaces, I told that I perceive the geometry of these Clubhouse spaces, and with this so-called stage, not to have the stage somewhere up, but to have the stage somewhere in the center. So I invite you here in the center, maybe down in the center, maybe to share a little bit more. We can stay some more minutes after this hour passed. And I don't know, maybe you, Liana, feel inspired to say something, or maybe not. We let the freedom to just flow between us and in us. And yes, if any of you feel inspired to come here, please do come. And thank you again, Marenka, dear.
Thank you. Marinka, did you want to say something? I saw your mic for a bit opening.
No, I think it was by mistake. No, thank you for creating. Thank you for creating the spaces. Thank you.
So yes, I feel inspired to share a bit more. Thank you, Marinka, for what you said and what you've, as Claudia was saying, so poetically weaved into the space. At one point, I couldn't hear with my mind or understand your words, but it was something beyond in what you were transmitting. It was like when you started with Rumi, and then you've continued sharing. I just connected with that the type of longing that even Rumi was a dancer with the mystery and with the beloved. And sometimes, as Claudia said, sometimes it's a slow dance and sometimes it's quicker. And with him, I felt like sometimes he was just full of ecstasy. He was just meeting the mystery and the beloved, and he was full of it and radiating. And then sometimes there was this, longing and of feeling of being lost and feeling somehow abandoned by the beloved. And it's like it's our human journey in the end. Like we feel like we're very close and we have a glimpse of what's actually real, and then it seems like we lose it. And the whole series of the ecstatics came to mind. All these people who are actually dancing with the mystery and with the grace, each of them in different ways. And this is where your sharing just transported me into this relationship that we as humans and in our human experience have with this bigger reality, which actually is our higher body, our higher evolution, our higher aspect. And when Claudia was, it was so beautiful, that image of dancing with a veil. Like I saw a dancer who, like the Arabic dancers, who they also have the veil, and it's this kind of a seducing dance. And I remember something that Richard said, that grace is courting us. And I had this feeling that at this point in our transition, we actually, I think we couldn't handle in the bodies we currently have, the mind we currently have, we couldn't handle the whole light, the whole truth of the reality. So this courting or this seducing that grace does with us and we do with the grace, it's exactly the perfect stage. It mentions stage, and I also feel the stage is not only a place, it's actually a level of our evolution. It's what's needed in this stage, like this glimpses, this kind of a I'm here but I'm not here. This magic that sometimes just pops into our life in a very sometimes subtle, sometimes really expanding way, but then it goes away. And I think we really can enjoy the stage we're in, this kind of a playful dance, which of course sometimes it's full of joy, sometimes it might be full of pain, but is the way that we are actually transforming. And it's an act of love from the divine grace that now we're just hiding and then finding and then hiding again and then just following the tune. I think this is what's important, because our evolution is somehow a vibratory and acoustical evolution. And once we get the tune, I think it's much easier to dance with the view. So thank you all for your sharing. And of course, if you would like to join us in the stage and on the stage, you are very welcome.
Well, you are all talking about the stage and the theater, and just came then a thought, wondering thought, an inquiring thought. Now, when you look at the theater, you go to watch something, and then the curtains fall, and you think you saw it, you saw the end, but we never see the end, because there is no end. Even they lived happily ever after. Well, that's not the end, because we don't know what is going to happen after. And even in the dancer dancing, the music has an end, But after that, there is another music. And we'll keep dancing on the music of life. And I'm bringing back the 43rd Jinki. That is something that really touched me when I heard it in the audio. That the divine wants to be embodied, wants to be into the body. And there is this searching of the physical plane, searching for the divine, the 34th Jinki, and the divine that wants to be into the body, into the physical planes. So I think this life, this living of life, it's about searching of our higher potential. And in Medicides, Richard says that in the unity, in the Siddhic state, there is no one, because we are only one, experiencing ourselves in many, many ways. And there are no endings. We are always, and I think now in this moment, this is a truth. There are always beginnings, because there's always something new, and there always will be something new. Just feel your heart and listen to your heart and manifest this emanation of new, even if the mind says, oh, no, I know my way. Just do it. And act your Dharma. Thank you.
Beautiful. We continue to write poems. This is so beautiful. In the meantime, we've got Catalina here in the center on the stage, and I'm so eager to listen to her. But just one more second, let's say, to launch another question, Anna Maria, just to continue the series of questions. What happens in the pause? During the pause, when we go to the theater, the curtain also falls, and we don't see behind the curtain, behind the veil, what do the actors do. So I would open more this field of questions and let this one also for contemplation. And in the meantime, I invite you, Catalina, the mic is yours now.
Thank you. I'm just going to be a voice for Rumi's poem that I'm so in love with since I first read it, and I know it by heart because it expressed everything I felt at the highest point of the vibration in my life. And every time listening to you guys was like that. I was listening to you, Marenka, I was listening to you, Liana and Claudia and Anna Maria. Thank you so much. And I was listening to you, and this poem came to my mind and my heart. So I'm just going to be a voice of Rumi right now. Its name is I Want That Love. I Want That Love by Rumi. Lift your veil so I may see your face. Part the clouds so I may see the moon. Scatter your hair so I may sing your fragrance. Part your lips so I may kiss your breath. I want that love that moved the mountains. I want that love that split the ocean. I want that love that made the winds tremble. I want that love that roared like thunder. I want that love that raised the dead. I want that love that lifts us to ecstasy. I want that love that is the silence of eternity. Thank you.
Such an inspiration. Thank you, Catalina. I want that love. Oh, wow. I feel that this is such a precious way of just getting to a close with the room. We know that actually these spaces do not close, actually. They continue somehow. They continue also with the others who listen afterwards. And between us, this beautiful light network continues to live and to create and to pour into our lives and relationship and continue to emanate and to touch to all those who we meet. So thank you so much. That was precious.
Thank you as well. I have no more words, just really grateful for all of your presence and contributions. And thank you to everybody who's been on the stage and who's been on the other stage as well. Thank you.
Thank you for this lovely evening. And we have to invent a new word. So it's not an ending session, it's an well, I think we have 2 weeks now to contemplate in bringing to the world a new word where we don't say an ending session, it's an ongoing session. And thank you, it was wonderful. And it is wonderful. And life is wonderful when you are surrounded by people that have the same purpose in life. Thank you.
Beautiful and beautiful invitation. So yes, let's enjoy the pause between the acts. And I send you all love. Thank you, Anna Maria and Liana and Marenga and Catalina. And thank you also to Loredana, to Livio, to Shannon, and to Andy. And if there are some other people that I cannot see, because sometimes also Clubhouse hides behind the veil. So thank you all, and waiting for you after 2 weeks, in 2 weeks, the same hour. And we will see which will be the topic. And actually, you know that the topic doesn't matter because it's only an invitation gate we enter through. So enjoy your day, your afternoon, your evenings. Enjoy each saint moment of your life. And yes, let's keep the sweet connection between us. I will keep for a few more moments of silence for this room. And after that, I will just let the curtain down. Until next time.
Yes, I was listening. What word are you going to use? I was hunting you for words.
Oh, yes, dear. So love to you all. Bye-bye. Enjoy the pause.